Okay. Hey, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy October. It's a new month, fresh start. Uh, I know everyone's relieved to just start over, right? September's behind us, and I am more than thrilled to be here with you another month, another charting. All right, so let's jump straight in and look at what has been happening with um, NASDAQ here. I'm pretty excited for the market right now in terms of as a whole. Um, NASDAQ is now printing a bullish flag. That is so good. I'm so happy to see this. The poll started back in April 25th, 2023. Um, Hey TTG, I'm not gonna TA FNGR again. If you want to see the video, I ran it last night. Feel free to watch that. My position has not changed on FNGR. Um, Before I get going, I do want to note that this is not financial advice. My name is Vincent Nguyen for Tipline. I am here mainly to read the chart and tell you what my interpretation are for each of these tickers. Okay, so let's look at NDX real quick. There's a lot of market movement. If you're playing calls and puts and whatnot, there's going to be some big movements, in my opinion. Hey Sway, how does it sound? Pretty good. I All my panels keep falling off, so if you've got a way to help me keep it, sticky to the wall, let me know. Send me a message, Sway. By the way, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing fine. I'm jumping around here because I'm pretty excited for the outlook of what's going on here, at least in October. So this bullish flag, the top of this pole, um, 15,922, and the entire pole span from here to here, and that's about 58 trading days, about 25% to be precise, 24.99, which is about for an index. I mean, that's a huge movement, right? You're going from, oh my gosh, you're going from 13,334 all the way up to 15,914. So my projection was it's going to hit the bottom of this flagpole, this flag right here, right around 14,318, but it stopped right where I had this green line drawn out here. This is so cool. I mean, look how precise this was when I drew this out based on my TA, right at 14,503. And it reversed here, and it's just following the line. I mean, today we're seeing so far that price action is so far trading above the 3 and the 8, which is, in my opinion, is extremely bullish. So what's next for the market here? The market is looking at, I want to say I want to say this week. No, it's at least in the next couple week or two. I want to see price come back. Well, no, it could be this week. I want to see price come back to 15,425, which is this the top of this flag here. What it's probably going to do is, now that we've got this whole thing mapped out, I'm gonna delete this, okay, and I'm gonna redraw what I think should happen here. Okay, so you've got this flagpole, it's creating this, and then I expect it to break above 15,432, come back and test it, and then either hit 16,152. I mean, that's pretty aggressive in itself already. I should change that to green. Huh? All right, so let's change that to green because this is extremely bullish. So that's going to put this right at about 16,149. That's really, really bullish. And why do I say that? I say that because NASDAQ is like in the process of completing its it's full cycle. So you've got, let's see here, you've got leg. All right, I'm gonna get rid of some of these mm, levels here. Give me just 1 second, guys. Bear with me here. All right, so you've got leg. Count with me here. I'm gonna do. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hey guys, while I'm doing this, just let me know if this stuff is interesting to you. Tell me what you want to see more of, less of. I think the market, I think harmonic and TA is extremely relevant to looking at the indexes and how they move the market because everything uh, percolates down to individual stocks. So if we look at the overall market for the month, it gives an idea of where the market is moving as a whole. Okay, so you've got, let's see, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3 is this massive leg here. Okay, so 2 to 3 is this massive leg, and then 3 to 4 is this retracement down to the bottom of this flag. So 2 to 3 created the pole, the flag pole. 3 to 4 created the flag itself, and then 4 to 5 is going to be. Let me change this to orange. No, that's a terrible color. How about this nasty fuchsia color? So 4 to 5 is going to print this last leg, 4 to 5. Okay, so we know that that's a bullish leg, but what happens after that? I want to say over the, I mean, probably possibly till the end of the year, this retracement of leg to 5 to A could probably hit this line here that I had drawn out previously, which is where it'll probably bounce straight through the 200-day moving average on NDX. That's what I see as happening for this, at least in the next month for October and going into November. So you've got this bullish leg 4 to 5 forming. It's already on its way. Day 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about 3 days into forming leg 4 to 5. Yeah, TTG. FNGR, I did a whole video just for you and a few other people who were requesting for it. So take a look. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. So what is happening with SPY? SPY is doing. All right. SPY. Give me a second here. So, yep. So SPY is a little bit behind NASDAQ in the sense that like 3 to 4 is completing. 3 to 4 is completing, and then we're looking at the formation of leg 4 to 5. Okay, so it's following NASDAQ. NVIDIA is a major player in the space here. Again, I drew this out, massive retracement, leg A to B, and then my thinking is it's going to hit this 50-day moving average and then just get retraced down from B to C, and then the cycle starts again. So NVIDIA is moving ahead right now. Hey, looks like FNGR is running. I'll take a look in a little bit, guys. We'll go through some of the charts, some of the requests that the members had um, earlier. Okay, Dan TDG, we'll revisit it. XRP was one that was requested. Um, Guys, XRP is not doing anything that is noteworthy. It's just bouncing around this range right here. It's not even worth looking at. So, I mean, volume is high, but again, it's trading 24/7. All right. Right now, it is sitting above the 3 and the 8 and the 20 and the 50, which is extremely bullish. But I'm also seeing that it's possibly starting to get oversold. And so, unless something drastically happens, I'm seeing a pullback down to at least the 20, 50 cent range. Okay. AMC, guys, AMC 812. Again, I don't trust management, but it is looking bullish. I had some stuff drawn out here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Today it tried to break. Whoa, was that today? Oh, look at that. Today it tried to break above the 20 on the day chart. Um, this does not look oversold. This looks, the RSI looks a little bit oversold here. And it just got just smacked down right away. Volume was 5 million shares. Got smacked down, still trading above the 8 and the 3. The 3 just crossed above the 8, which is extremely, extremely bullish. Next target is obviously 820, consistently holding 820 above. So 4 hour chart, 4 hour chart. I know you guys are here for FNGR. Just give me a second. Let me go through all this and then we'll take our time and look at FNGR. Okay? All right? Promise. Yeah, so 4 hours extremely bullish. It's sitting above every moving averages that I track except for where's my 200? Do I not have a 200 on here somewhere? Huh. Okay. Well, watch for price action in the next couple hours to stay above the 3 or at least come down and touch the 8 before continuing upwards. Okay. On AMC. Extremely bullish. Let me look at the hour chart really quick. Yeah, so as long as the hour chart price hovers above $8 here, it's pretty bullish. Looks like it's getting some sell off here um, in the first hour of trading. So 3.7 million shares bought, and then now they're selling it off, a third of it already. All right, so all right, guys, all right. I will get to FNGR. There's price movements. All right, all right. I give in. All right, we'll look at FNGR. Okay, all right. Give me a second here, guys. What has happened with FNGR? Look at all this chart, man. It's like so ugly. Okay, all right. Let's see. So start off with the oscillator. Price is at 662, peaked at 692. So this is no accident. Look at this level here, guys, the XA level. That means that the XA level was basically 2 points on this bearish pattern. Okay, the XA level was created based on a ratio from this pattern. Don't want to get into that because that's a whole different beast. But look at this. It's not an accident that price went all the way up to this XA level at 692, got rejected, and it completely started selling off. Now look at that, pair that up with the oscillators. The oscillator's starting to get to the oversold area here, right? So it's starting to get to the oversold area on the one day chart. So why am I bearish on FNGR? Because of the levels that I see in place. You cannot defy the market structure of how the stock trades. Okay. It will take a force of nature to reverse FNGR to go down, and it takes a lot of buying pressure to force FNGR to break market structure. So the market structure for me, and I mean, everyone does TA differently. Some people look at all these fancy studies. I keep my stuff very basic. I look at the moving averages, 3 EMA, 8 EMA, 20 SMA, 50 SMA, and 200 SMA. I look at movements between waves, one, two, three, four, five down to A. I keep things as simple as possible so that in my mind, I can look at the big pictures. Okay. And I look at two oscillators. One, the top one here is an enhanced version of RSI. This bottom one is a enhanced version um, of a proprietary oscillator used specifically for when a pattern exists, a harmonic pattern exists. And so right now, it's starting to get to the oversold. I would say in the next 2 days, I want to see, I want to see some sort of confirmation in this area that tells me that FNGR is starting to come back down. Okay, so I want to see this. I don't care what people tell you. This is this is what I'm seeing here for FNGR. Once it hits the oversold, we will start to see retracement. And yeah, so AM, that's a good point. When when there's lack of volume, that's very concerning just because it tells me that someone's trying to pump the stock before the crash. And then they're trying, this is a 4 hour chart here. Someone is trying to get you to buy in before the crash. That being said, remember point A to B is still in motion here. And look, I had this, I had this drawn out. I had this price target drawn out at 692. Look what happened here. It peaked at 692 and then started retracing down. And then these lines here, just wait and see over the next week what happens with FNGR. Don't get excited when you see price start to buy up. And that's the wrong mentality with retail traders is the tendency, and I'm not placing blames or anything like that. I'm just saying the tendency for retail to do is to buy here at the top, not down here. You should be buying when it's the start of the leg right here, right? After a couple of bars, you should be able to see the trend and the movement of the stock. So you want to be buying when it's in the $4 or $5 range and then sell when it's up here. So if you had bought in, let's say a median price here of 497 and you sold today, that's a 34% gain. The risk of you buying down here is extremely low if you know how to read the market structure. Market structure tells me that there is a ton of support along this price range. Hey guys, the AC just kicked in. Can you guys hear it at all or is it too loud? Let me know. If you have any specific questions on FNGR, let me know. We can discuss it. We're here. I'm here with you right now. So FNGR is at 673. This is where I'm drawing the line in the sand at 692. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm tweaking it quite a bit. I'm using a new camera today. Can you guys tell if things are a little bit more crispier? The fidelity, can you tell if it looks any better? I mean, I think I've really nailed down the lighting, the camera setup, the um, the noise, the sound absorber, and things like that. Oh, good, good. TDG, I was thinking that I might have driven you away with my bearish outlook on FNGR, but I'm happy you're sticking around. Just note that I call the stock the way I see it. Um, I may be a little bit too early sometimes, but but if you bear with me over time, you'll see the pattern. Okay. That being said, let's jump into the 10-minute chart with FNGR. Let's see what's going on. God, this is so mocked up. Let's go to my 10-minute chart that I use. Okay, so 10-minute chart. There's a hypothetical pattern that's being drawn here. This is a bearish pattern. Okay. So my price target for FNGR is basically 709, but it looks like it's peaking at like 692, which is exactly where I drew the line earlier. So right now, I'm expecting some sort of retracement down to at least 650 in the next hour. 650 in the next hour. So this is just simple process of TA because I follow the moving averages. Just look, moving averages. Think of the moving averages as lanes on the road when you're driving, right? Yellow markings on the far right, or you know you shouldn't cross over. That to me is the 200 period moving average. If you veer off the road and there's a yellow lane that tells you you shouldn't veer off, there's danger on that side, you're going to fall off a cliff. To me, that's the same thing as the 200 period moving average, because if price trades below that, you're in a danger zone. You're, well, it depends on which side you're trading. Are you bearish or are you bullish? So if you're bullish and you're below the 200 period moving average, yeah, your price is going to continue to decline. The algos are going to flip over to starting to bury the stock, drop the price down some more. So that to me is very important. And the way I look at things is very systematic and very practical. If price moves beyond too far away in either direction, beyond the 20-day or 20 period moving average, the chance of it coming back is extremely high. Let's just use finger. Let's just use finger 10-minute chart here. There's a lot going on here. Let's go back down to where it all started, right above the 200 period moving average down here at $5. Remember earlier when I said if you bought in down here, this is how you would have seen it. And this is something that I share with our traders, that that if you buy within this zone, this is basically a way to tell when price is about to explode. Is when everything, all the moving averages cluster together, the 3, the 8, the 20, and then it just create this massive explosion. Okay, just think of it as like a cocktail of just everything that you can think of that can create a massive explosive whatever. Don't want to say the B word because that might be bad. Yeah, so look down here, right? So as soon as price, this is the 20, the white line. This is a 10-minute chart, okay? So look how price of respected the yellow line, which is the 3, comes back down, touch the 8, moves further away from the 20, which is the white line. Look what happens as soon as it moves further away from the white line, which is like from here to here. That's like 3%. But if you're looking at the full entire move, that's a good 7.3%. I mean, if you capitalize on this, that's almost a 10% gain that you would have gotten. So $5, and then you scalped it at 40 cents. Come on, 1,000 shares, that's $400 you just made. Is my math right? Yeah, $400. Yeah, 1,000 share at 40 cents. Dude, that's a nice scalp, right? You would have scalped from this here all the way up to here. That's 27 bars. That's basically a swing trade from the 26th to the 27th. That's what a swing trade is. You buy low, sell high, and get the hell out. And then if you're looking at the bear side, you can trade on the flip side. And guess what? You can use the 20, I'm sorry, the 200 as support. So you know as a bear that price should retrace and have support at the 200 and then ride the cycle back up again. So look, 20, 20. So this is wave. That's if you're counting with me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's just like 6 waves that you could have basically scalp or swing traded FNGR and made a ton of money all the way up. Or you could have just bought here and rode it all the way up to today, and that would have given you a 40% gain. All right. I mean, that's how I look at it. In a bearish market, it's really hard for me to buy and hold now. It really is, unless you've got money that you don't mind parking. Okay, so 675 it peaked out. Yeah, so look, price came back down. Let's see here. Price came back down and touched the 8, just like I said it would, and then got bought up again. But now, watch in the next, let's see how many minutes left. 4 minutes left. Okay. In the next 4 minutes, watch for this next candle. If it breaks below the 3, then guess what? It's going towards the 8. If the 8 breaks at 667, it's going towards the 20. This is why I love looking at the 10-minute chart. So how does the oscillators kick in? This is stochastic. Stochastic is telling me that it's reached the oversold and it's starting to reverse down. Okay. Confirmation on these two charts. RSI oversold, starting to retrace down. This has been consistently sitting at about 50%, and look, it's starting to retrace down. So if you're scalping or if you're swinging, the oscillators help with telling you where the top might be and where the bottom might be. Pair that up with the moving averages, and that's how you can get a relatively accurate picture of where price is moving towards next. Okay. Am I beating this thing too much here? Should we move on? Are you guys satisfied with my view on FNGR and where it's going? Month view. Month view again. This is where I believe price is going to start reversing back down. Why? Because look how far the 200-day, the 20-day moving averages. It's 118%, guys, in over 4 months. This is gonna have to retrace. This is gonna have to retrace, and these are the levels I'm looking at. The 3, the 8, 482, the 50. The only thing I would say is if there's a huge catalyst that I'm not seeing comes in and completely knock finger motion out of the park, uh, that's the market structure. Now, on the bullish side, if price does get to 972 right here, I would say that it's extremely bullish. Something happens, knocks the price up, breaks above, come back down, test the neckline, we could see 1891 based on this pattern. But we need to see, I mean, that's another 1, 2, 3, that's like 5, 6 months left. Okay, for that to happen. So towards first Q1 of 2024. All right, so how is the market in general so far today? Um, GPCR is up 12%, FNGR is 8, GTII is 8. Oh, GTII is up. Let's take a look at GTII. Is anyone else still in GTII? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Before we look at GTII, I know there was a request for NVTA. What is NVTA? NVTA, Invita Corporation. Okay. Oh, I had a good gap up, guys, on the 1-day chart, but unfortunately it's selling off. Who asked for this? Are you looking at getting into NVTA, or are you already in it? Because it looks like, let's see what the news was. Invita Corp up after authorized DNA test to detect cancer risk. Oh, that was an hour ago. Shares of medical test maker Invita Corp up 40% at 5 cent pre-market on Friday. Granted, nice. All right, I'm glad. That's good. That's great. I hope you guys got in early. What's the low here? That Friday was the low at 59 cents, but it just seems like as soon as it got good news, price went up to 83 cents and it just starts selling off. I mean, this is just sad. It's almost 18% sell off so far. And then you've got this massive gap here that it's most likely going to fill over the next couple of days. Good news don't last long, guys. It just good news is good if you can capitalize. If you were in early, capitalize, get the freak out. Okay, get the freak out. Because good news for bulls is also great news, even greater news for the bears because they're like, yes, and this stock's been dropping so bad. I can't. I'm excited now that it's up at 83 cents, and then guess what? I can short the hell out of it back down to 70 cents and make 18% in one day. Oh, if you bought in on this stock, if you bought in on this stock up here, you're holding a bag, right? You're holding a bag. If you didn't buy in down here and you're buying in chasing up here, hold on, I gotta sneeze, guys. Excuse me. You're gonna hold a bag. But that being said, um, I'm seeing a bullish pattern here. Let's take a look. Bullish pattern. What's happening here? How delayed is this pattern? Pattern started on, let's see here. Hang on a second, guys. Pattern started on July 6th of 23. It terminated on 9/25, which is about a week ago. And then I normally have a 30 candle clock for when a pattern stops and when it should have some sort of movement. And so if you look here, we're looking at, let's see, yeah, 19 bars makes a lot of sense. So what might happen now is everyone that was sitting here or got the information ahead of time, bought in down here, lots of buying down here, bought this run up, sold up here, and now it's going to sell off, normalize at the 20, and it's going to come back down and test this range again. And then eventually, if another catalyst comes along, I want to say it could hit price target 1 at $1.02. That's a lot of ifs, but you before it even hits $1, it's got this 200-day moving average resistance level that it needs to contend with. So yeah, so I want to put a clock on this. The 30 candle moving average right around the 4th. 2 days. That's not a whole lot of time. So what my thinking is, it's going to come back down. Let's see. Ended the pattern ended here, tested almost the 200, comes back down. It's going to test the 64 cent and then try to make it back up again. If not, then we're going to see something like this, another bearish pattern, a bullish pattern before it makes another attempt upwards. How does this tie in with the oscillators? Let's go look at the oscillators. Let's see, 4-hour chart. Okay. How's everyone doing? Are you falling asleep? Are you falling asleep? Let me know. If you are, I'll talk faster. I'll start making stuff up. I'll start changing my voice. Take my shirt off. No, you don't want to see that. That's not pretty. Okay, oscillator, a 4-hour chart. Yeah, see, so remember I keep saying that once it's oversold above here, it's going to come straight back down. Um, Looks like there's some room left for the RSI to keep running up, so we'll see. This could come back down to the 50 and then reverse back up. And then you might see price target one by the end of the week, which is at $1 2. And that's a healthy run. I mean, if you can get that, if you are down here and you're still safe and you want to ride this out, um, you could write that up. I would definitely watch it though. Let's see, that's almost a 50% run up. Let's see what the hour chart's doing. Yeah, see, once price breaks below the AMA, it's I mean, expect a 3 bar breakdown here at this point. The next hour, expect this to nail the 64 price target at the 50. So this is what I call a 3 bar breakdown. As soon as it breaks below the 3, continues to fall below the 20, I'm sorry, below the 200, below the 8, expect the 3 bar breakdown. And if it doesn't, if the bottom of this low doesn't catch it, then it's going to go further. And I will know more when I see price come down to about here for these oscillators where it's normalizing. Okay. Definitely something to track and look at. The hour chart's not looking pretty. Looks like there's a lot of retracement coming. Yep, there's a lot of retracement. 59 cents could be the low. I mean, I can't imagine it breaking below the low of low, right? Let's see, 2 days. Yeah. Yeah, see, on the 2 day chart, I've got an indicator. It tells me yet that both were in the oversold area and now they've popped out of the oversold area. So this, when I'm looking at the bigger chart, this could potentially be the reversal that you're looking for. But on the 2 day chart, you still need price to move above 72 cents and continue trading above the 72 cents. For me personally, if I were to look at trading this, I would definitely wait and see what happens this week if it trades above 71, because that tells me the sentiment has changed. Because that's not, that to me tells me the sentiment for NVTA has changed and that scalpers aren't just coming in and just nipping away from the stock. Okay. So this is very alarming here. It might come back down and test the low again before making an attempt for the dollar. What else, guys? What else? Blah, blah, blah. We did finger. We AVTX failed our cup and handle. Let's see, AVTX, AVTX, AVTX. You're such a failure. Let's see here. Yeah, this gap fill. AVTX. Oh yeah, yeah, AVTX. As soon as yeah, so if I was trading this and monitoring this closely, my first indicator is that on the 27th, they were able to break below the 8. And then remember, if you were chasing up here, you need to have strict trade management in place. Okay. This is very dangerous. I was warning everyone about this. How, remember this red line here? I drew this out. I drew this out, guys. I have not touched AVTX. I drew this out and I stated that price would come back down and test the 20-day moving average here. right? If you look, this hasn't changed. That line was drawn on the 27th or before that. So, so yeah, this is a failure of the cup and handle. This, if this was truly validated, it would have came down and then bounced back up. Okay, so this is how you tell if this pattern is invalidated because look, day one, price dropped below the 8 EMA. Day two, price is way below the 8 and way below the 50. I'm sorry, the 20, underneath the 50. So yeah, the, I mean, it's expected. These therapeutic FDA plays and whatnot, they don't last long. They're easily manipulated, um, and you're going to get screwed. So yes, it got invalidated, and guess where it's going to go next? It's probably going to go back down to, let's see, 8 cents. This bottom right here, 8 cents. And the sad thing is, I don't even have a pattern to work with. And then look at the oscillators. They're both starting to come back down. So unless something happens again, this is not going anywhere anytime soon. All right. I know we want to talk about GTII. I started that earlier, but got sidetracked. So let me delete some of this stuff, and then let's take a fresh look at GTII. It's been a while since we've done that. Let's take a fresh look at the month of October for GTII. Everything is starting to look bullish again. Let me see. Oscillators are pointing upwards. Let me see what the volume is for today. Uh, Everything is bullish except for the volume. I mean, for a stock that's trading 87 cents, you can't be trending at like 158,000 shares, and then on Friday, 471,000 shares. Oh. Now, that being said, um, that being said, Friday's closure was above the 8, above the 3, and it gapped up today. And so far it's trading above the 3 and the 8. So it's looking bullish, but just watch for a little bit of retracement here to about 80 cents. And that to me is more of a continuation pattern. So basically at this point, if it's above, yeah, if it continues to trade upwards, this is not a dead cat bounce, because a dead cat bounce would be, so right here, the middle of this is where it's 50%, but it's now trending above the 50%. So to me, the dead cat bounce might be invalidated on the day chart, and it's looking good. I mean, unless, yeah, no, there's still a lot of shares left. So look how high this oscillator is, 88, and then you're sitting at 66 right now. Very bullish for GTII. 4-hour chart. Does it tell the same story? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Look at this. So GTII, let me delete this. All right, so price is testing the 200 period moving average again. There's a chance it could come back down and test the 200 again. And if it bounces up by this afternoon and continues to go upwards, your next level is looking at 96 cents. And then after that, the next high is right here at $1.37. So keeping my fingers crossed for all you GTII and holders right now. Um, Depending on where you bought in. If you got in down here at 66 cents, you're in the money. You're not holding a bag. But if you bought in up here and you rode this all the way down, I hate to say it, but you're holding the bag. But this looks good. The volume is not great, but price is definitely moving in the right direction. Okay. So are the oscillators. Okay, any new requests? Not sleeping. Yes, bless me. Oh, I don't feel blessed at all. I mean, come on. I'm here doing TA with you guys. Just kidding. What else? What else, guys? Okay, MMAT. I know that's one that the team's been trading. So messy. What am I doing with this chart? Okay, let's see if there are any takeaways on this chart. Get rid of some of these here. This level. Okay, so what is this? This is the 4-hour chart. Okay, so it's noteworthy that um, I drew this out. I can't remember when I drew this out. It's always nice to come back and look at a chart. Um, I'm going to change this to green because supposedly it's supposed to be bullish. Okay, so at one point I drew this out and I said, hey, the neckline should be like 22 cents. It did break the 22-cent neckline. It's coming back down to test it. So I'm just if you look at this, it's so funny. I drew this out and I was just literally off. No, actually look. Oh my gosh, I drew this out. I drew this out and I said 23 cents would be the top and look what happened on the second. Stayed at second? Yeah, that's today. The second. Hit it, nailed the top like precisely to the penny. To the penny. And I drew this out like let's see, I drew this out a while back, mapping this out here, this trend here. And then look what happened. It's starting to come back down to retrace. I'll just move this over for timeline purpose. Okay. Now, it's really important for MMAT to come back up above 22 cents. It's really imperative, which I think it could simply because on the 4-hour chart, this could save it right here. This whole cluster of 3, 8, and 20 and 50. The 20 just moved up above the 50. But watch this area. Let me see what the hour chart's doing. It's lining up. Yeah, so watch on the hour chart, watch for the 21-cent breakdown. Okay. If it breaks down below the 21-cent, then yeah, this it invalidates this thinking. It got rejected. So this is again, if you are scalping this, trade management is very critical. I can tell you where the levels are, but it's up to you to manage your trade. Okay. So if you had gotten in down here at 20 cents and rolled it up today to 23, that's a 14% gain. Don't even look at the dollar amount. Okay. Look at the percentage because how you trade on a sub penny stock is the same as how you would trade on dollars or hundreds of dollar stock. And that's why I always implore you to look at the percentage, not the dollar amount, because the percentage is what translates across the board to every ticker that you trade. Okay. So right here, the bottom would have been 20 cents. And if you sold out the top here, like I had drawn out, 23 cents, that's 14% scalp. All right. So it's just all common sense. I mean, this falling wedge, bottom trend line, top trend line, I've mapped out, knowing that this is the breakout point. It's going to come back down, retest this area. If it gets rejected, it's going to come back down. If it bounces above this neckline, then this pattern is validated. And the next target would have been right here at 25 cents. So this is definitely something worth keeping an eye on this week. Okay, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you MMAT traders. I want to see this stock get back up to $1, but $1 is really far away. This is like really far away. Um, again, there's this, if you look now, there's a very early pattern forming, this gray area here. So potentially, I want to call out 27 price target, 27 cents price target here. Change that to, change that to green. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. This is something that could potentially happen because this pattern potentially got started back on May 22nd, and it could potentially happen pretty quickly here if price can really move quickly. If not, then they'll just invalidate this and they'll just move, they'll just get invalidated. But this, it all hinges on breaking above the 21 cents and then continue to go up. Whatever management's got cooked up, I really hope they have something really good because I would love to see nothing more than this 27-cent price target happen for you guys, because right now that would put it at almost a 30% gain. And that's how the market moves. I mean, you'll hear me refer to 618 movement, 381, 1.0. It moves in these golden ratio values, and the market normally moves anywhere between 10 to 15% and 20 to 30%. 30, anything you get above 30 is amazing. You get a higher percent and you haven't taken profit, then I would definitely revisit your trade management and what your goals are. Are you holding long? Are you just greedy? I mean, yeah, that's my take on that. All right, so MMAT, Sway, yay, GTII. Let me take a look again. 7%. It's up 6 cents right now. I'm really happy for you guys. It's looking solid. It's a solid move too. It's not like a quick blast off. I mean, you had a pause on the 29th, and then today's the second. Let's see, it closed, opened here on the 29th, the last 4 hour trading, closed at 79. It gapped up towards the 200 moving average, 86 cents, and now it's looking at a potential break above the 200. This is awesome, guys. This is awesome. I want to see this happen. Again, I love these ABCD patterns because to me, they signify a continuation pattern. And then from there, you can start extrapolating, hey, is this trend going to continue? When you see moving averages and you see price try to break above, always, always, always immediately think retracement. In this case, something like this can happen. Okay. Always, always think retracement when it hits a major resistance level, major moving average level, a lot of cluster of traffic like this right here. I mean, it should already tell you that you're going to get a lot of resistance here. That's why I have this marked up here at 96 cents. Okay. I can, if it runs, I'm watching this as a resistance level. And if I bought in down here where it started to explode, oh my gosh, dude, that's a 25% run. Remember, 20 to 30% run is your sweet spot. Rinse and repeat 10 times, 100 times. And that's how you win in the market. That's, that's the honest truth. All right, is there anything else that we have not covered? I know AMC, we did that. GNS is red. VFS. Oh, $10. Oh, let's look at VFS. Oh my gosh. I drew this line out on VFS for $10. I said that, see, there's no accident when I draw these levels out, guys. It's not an accident. Look at this. I drew this gray area out, and I said the bottom would be like 10, 15, and it's bouncing at like 10, 10, 17. Oh, 10, 15. Look at that. 10, 15, 10, 12 on the dot. I mean, this is how you understand market structure. And if it breaks below this, it's it, it's it's going to test this 960 range right here. And if it breaks the hop, the harmonic optimized pricing structure, we're looking at the sub single dollar range is something that I've been calling out if it cannot sustain this this danger zone right here. Again, these charts have been drawn out many days ago, sometimes a week ago, a month ago. Okay, it's not something I just drew out today. I leave these charts on for you guys so that the next time we come back and look at the chart, it's there, the levels are there. And I can't make this up. In one 4 hour candle, it literally dropped from this 220 moving average all the way down to where I predicted it's going to be, which is at 10:15 on the dot. On the dot. You too can do this. You just have to be very disciplined and take the time to look at multiple charts. You guys still with me? I feel like I might be losing you here. How long have we been going for? I could, I probably should like call it quits and come back later if something comes up. Oh yeah, let's look at Very real quick. Very, I know we've been in and out of this trade, and I think there's some movements here. Okay, so Very, um, pretty critical day for Very. This is the 1 day chart. It's creating this sort of a like spinning top doji thing. My rule of thumb on doji or anything like this is when the price opens and closes exactly at the same price, the next day where that price opens up dictates the trend. Okay. That being said, what happened on Friday? Same thing here. Nine open and close at 9:24, and sadly, it's below the 20, below the 8, and below the 3. So let's use this as an example here because this is a great example. Today, price opened up lower, right? Price opened up lower by 2.7%. And now it's creating another doji. What does that tell us? Let's take a step back and look at what does that tell us? What's going to happen next? And if you factor in the fact that now price is closing below the 200-day moving average. To start with, Very is definitely in a bearish danger zone. Extremely bearish, especially when you've got, holy cow, just to think that this stock was pumped by pumpers 3 months ago. 36,000 shares at a 90-cent stock. What does that tell you? What do you think is going to happen next? There's hardly any volume. Volume is dead. You've got two of these indicators that tells you the trend in the direction. You've got price trading basically buried between below like all the moving averages. 50's up here, 20's here, 8, 3, and 200 on the day chart. This is like the this is like a dead stock right here. Very is basically being buried by the market. Okay. I would definitely be extremely concerned about Riri. Because guess what? Tomorrow, you're going to see this. And then the next day, you're going to see a third bar breakdown. Okay. And then this. They're going to continue to bury this stock. And it's probably heading towards the low, which is the recent low, which is right here, 79 cents. And if that breaks, you can expect this retracement. This is something I called before, 37 cents. This should not be new to anyone. I've I've stated that very at some point, I mean, you go back and look at my TAs in the past for very, it needs to retrace from B to C, a 618 retracement of 36 cents. This is not new information, guys. I look at this. I called this line out right here. That line, yeah. Did I just draw that? Yeah. No, wait. I don't remember. I have to relook at it again. But this 618 retracement has not changed. Watch for this. Extremely dangerous, guys. Count with me here. 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. That is the conclusion of the bullish side. Now you've got the retracement side. 5 to A. And I stated that if Veri breaks below the 200 moving average, in my previous TA for Veri, we were looking at a 618 retracement. There's no way around it. So 5 to A to B, this is a dead cat bounce, and B to C. As soon as you see this break below the 200, I've stated before, you're looking at 618 retracement, 37 cents, sometime this month. Yeah, if I mean if you bought up here and didn't sell, I mean just think of how silly you feel right now. You're greedy. You're hoping that the pumpers are right and that you would ride to the Moaz promised land. But that's not the case here. Market structure doesn't allow it to happen. Wave 4 to 5 is your highest wave, as your highest price, 242. And you got this, oh my God, I'm going to die moment. Got saved by 200 moving average. And also, if you remember correctly, management came out and said, oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to have all those shares being sold. Yeah, we'll stop it now. And then you look what happened. It's too late. At that point, it's too late. You've got this dead cat bounce because 50% would have been at $1.56. It never made up. Wave B wouldn't allow it. Wave B's at $1.37. So in this case, hedge funds and AI, they're winning on the bear side. Right now, they're winning. Look at this. It's starting to break down. And I stated this before. If price breaks down below the 200 moving average, watch for this 618 retracement. Have a green day, everyone. Hey, thanks, Aim, for coming by. What is VVVVV for with you? I don't know what that means. Is that like victory? Go victory. All right, guys. I think I beat the dead horse a lot today. No, there's really no good news, and I am really sorry. Um, do you know what though? Look at FNGR. Could prove me wrong. Then again, it, and I stated this before, wave A to B could come up and retest the hop. And it's probably going to prove me wrong. I'm going to move this up here for now, and then we'll see how much it moves. All right, guys. Oh, look. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's testing this here, recent high. Yep. So watch for that. Wave, oops, wave A to B is in progress. So just be really careful right here. Million shares. Just be really careful, guys. I do not trust the people behind FNGR at all. Okay. It's just too much danger zone. Okay. All right. let's see here. Where am I at? All right, guys. So just keep this in mind. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm strictly here to read the chart because I just love obsessing over lines. Vincent Wynn, if you find this information useful, please like and subscribe and join me when I go live and when I post videos and things like that. And then send us an email or leave a comment on what content you want to see more of or less of, or if you want to see less of me, um, which is fine too. I won't be offended. Um, I think that once crypto starts moving again, I'll do some TA on crypto. Um, yeah, just let me know what else you want to see. Right now, I'm just going to continue walking you through the basics of how I think when it comes to TAing the stock market. It's so far it's worked for me. The price targets, the levels are rel- just extremely accurate. Just remember, you got if you're batting 8 out of 10, you're doing great. 7 out of 10, that's 70% you're getting right, and the other 30% you're getting wrong. Which, if you employ a solid trade management to mitigate getting burned out on the 30%, then you're doing great because you're winning more than you're losing. Okay. For now, hey guys, stay green, not greedy, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in now or later when you see this rebroadcasted.